Warning: the following podcast show that you're about to listen to will include explicit language and content in which you, the members of the audience, may find offensive. Audience discretion is advised.
Welcome to another episode of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience.
Yeah, boy.
Where anything and everything is a subject matter on the show, and no subject matter is ever taboo.
Damn, that's what's up with you.
And now, your host with the most, Mr. Kim Hoang. Bro, am I getting paid for this?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is your boy Kim Hoang, the Asian sensation, and we're here popping it off once again with another episode of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience, coming at you right over here in the media room. And I'm really glad to be here. I'm glad to create great content and so forth. It is incredible to be here with you guys, and it's awesome. It's really awesome. Today is going to be a little bit different because usually when I go ahead and I do a podcast, I jump in right away, especially when I have a guest. And with this episode, I did have a guest, and we will reveal the episode in its entirety. But for matters of my own personal safety, and this is the first time I ever had to do that, I would like to read a specific disclaimer, again, for the safety of myself and for the podcast, which is the following. Disclaimer: the primary purpose of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience is to provide a platform for creatives to express their personal views and or opinions without restriction or censorship. All views or opinions expressed during the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience are solely those of the individuals expressing the views and opinions, aka the guests, and does not reflect the views or opinions of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. Listening discretion is advised. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. Recently, I had a chance to interview a good friend, a fellow martial artist, actor, and an all-around good guy, a gentleman by the name of Trey Parker, who currently resides around the Washington, D.C. area. We had an interview recently, and we actually were able to, execute this interview over in his residence in the Washington, D.C. area. I want to first say that it was great to actually be there with him and to catch up with him in person. That being said, Trey definitely, when we caught up in this episode, Trey definitely had a lot to say. He didn't hold back. He was very unrestrictive, and he was really raw with the dialogue and words that he chose. That being said, one thing that I allow my guests to do is just to be themselves and to be real, because I feel like that is the most genuine way to go about it. And I'm just going to go ahead and roll the footage. We're going to go ahead and do the thing. At the end of the interview, I'm going to come back and we're going to, I'm just going to go ahead and drop some final thoughts and closing notes. So without further delay, here is the interview with Trey Parker. This is a good one for me because, like I said, I have a special guest. He is a good friend of mine. We met each other years ago on the set of Romel Xavier Morales' film called Miscalculated. which since then, we've actually done other projects together, including the latest one that we did. It was Adam Vaughn's picture, his interpretation of the video game classic, the Neo Geo video game classic, your favorite game and mine, Fatal Fury. We were both in it. It was a good time. A lot has happened since then, because I originally had interviewed him a while back, like probably way back in the day, probably within, I would say, like either the first season or the second season. So it's been long overdue. And we're bringing him back, we're just kind of, seeing where he's at, checking on him, and he can tell us what's been going on with life, and we're going to drop knowledge and all that fun stuff, and we're here. So for the one time here, live in the flesh, I got my boy Trey Parker, who is in the building right beside me. Trey, what's going on, big time?
Man, what's going on, brother?
Hey,
I'm glad you had me back.
Hey, it's great that you're back, and that you said that you wanted to be back. So when you said, hey, let's run around too, I was like, I'm down.
All day. All day. Definitely. Yeah, it was always the last time we was on, and I definitely had a good time. It was a very great experience. We were talking about Miscalculated last time, and
right.
We touched on martial arts, and like ever since then we kind of got to know each other better. So we got like a lot more in common, like pro wrestling, video games.
Right.
Shit, doing Adam Vaughn's the Fatal Fury joint, when we did the cast picture and everybody else had to have their shirt on, and I'm the only guy with no shirt on. And I saw I had the dad bod. I was like, yeah, it was time for me to work out.
Right.
I slimmed down a little bit. Changed my eating habits up.
You look like you slimmed down a little bit, man.
Yeah, I dropped a lot of dead weight. You know what I'm saying?
How much weight did you lose?
About 30 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah, I dropped like 30 pounds since last year.
Okay. What kind of regimen were you under? Like, what did you do?
So I flushed my system a lot, right? And then I had to change a lot of my routines, because I was really infamous for killing a whole pack of oatmeal raisin cookies with.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Late at night with some sweet tea and all of that.
Right.
And I had to stop doing that like right before bed. And just eating so much throughout the day and not being as active as I was. So I started being more active. I changed a lot of my eating habits. I started moving around a lot more.
Okay.
Crunches became my friend. Jogging, jump rope. Just constantly moving, walking, and then taking like drinking a lot of detox tea. It was flushing all the waste out of my system, because that really
Yeah.
I started slimming down a lot too. By the time we went on the cruise last year, I took a look at myself in the mirror and I was like, okay now.
Right.
Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with this.
Well, right. now you're seeing the benefits. You're seeing the benefits of what happens when you put in the work and you're trying to improve yourself for the better, and the fact that it's what you want. It's not what nobody else wants. It's what you wanted for yourself.
That played a lot of role in it too, because like at the time I was still married.
Right.
And my wife, with her own insecurities or whatever, would prefer that I stayed fat so nobody else want me. But
what?
Yeah, well, she forgets there's chubby chasers out there, so.
Are you serious? Get out of town, man.
No, I'm dead serious. So, she would be like, oh, you look fine. Man, I still have that picture from last year when we did the Fatal Fury joint. Matter of fact, I looked at when Adam sent us the test reel.
Yeah.
And all of that.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, I did not look fine. I did not look fine, you lying piece of shit. I'm not lying.
No.
And everybody else that told me that I don't look bad, you're all terrible people. You're not my real friends, because I look terrible. At 5'8", I should not be 230 pounds.
I get that. I do get that.
Shouldn't. I was obese, not morbidly obese, but I was obese, and I felt it too. I could feel it on my body. And I had tested for my black belt, and I felt that weight on me when I was testing for my black belt.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was trying to slim down before then, but once again, my ex-wife, you know what I'm saying, who is a part of that dead weight that I dropped, everybody's gonna leave me behind. Can you just wait for me to get better so we can train together? Stupid shit like that, you know.
So you feel like now that you are kind of like yourself and by yourself, you feel like at this point in your life you're evolving a lot better.
Yeah, I feel like like the world's my oyster now.
Yeah.
It's like it's still some things I gotta work on because I got a lot of things that I'm actually still pissed off about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, betrayal's a motherfucker, man. Betrayal's a motherfucker, and it's a lot easier for people to be like, just let it go and this is that and the third, and I get that, but that's a process. That's not something that happens just like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, my wife was sleeping with my instructor, and she did it while we, like, all summer while we were on the cruise. Then this motherfucker, in his own righteous indignation, felt like he could get involved in our issues when her and I got into an issue at home.
Right.
That's an issue between husband and wife.
Right.
Principle alone is you mind your fucking business. You cannot get into an active beef between a husband and wife and take sides and think that it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just cannot. If you're going to get involved, then you need to be a mediator if you can.
Right.
Between the two. You know what I'm saying? Especially if these two people are your students. As a martial arts instructor, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in this case, this guy, you know what I'm saying, my former instructor, Samuel Scott, you know what I mean, decided to think with his groin because he was banging my wife. So when me and her got into it, and it unfortunately was a physical altercation, which I'm not too proud of, but it is what it is, and it happened, I can't take it back.
Right.
And it wasn't the first time we fought each other, you know what I mean? But now you're involved, and now my wife is calling the police on me. And this was the last time we fought, as far as I was concerned, because I wasn't coming back anyway.
Right.
But for him to get involved and say, well, we're going to strip you of your black belt, and this, that, and the third, like, it was too personal. A lot of things he said during that meeting, it was like, it just didn't sound like it had anything to do with, because whatever happened at home.
Right.
It happened in my living room, and there was only 2 people in the living room, so you don't know what happened.
Right.
You know what I'm telling you, you know what she's telling you, but the reality is none of it is any of your fucking business.
Do you think as a teacher, when he heard that information from both sides, it was probably hard for him to kind of like judge on, who was at fault or what to do in terms of a disciplinary action?
Well, the reality is the disciplinary action within itself sounds kind of fucked up, because who the fuck are you to discipline me on what happens at my home?
Right.
With my wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? None of this is me saying that I'm right.
Right.
What I'm saying is that this issue was between me and my wife.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have no say on how it was supposed to go down.
Right.
You don't have a wife of your own.
Right.
You lost your wife. Not like physically lost her, but you're no longer married.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you were such an expert, or if marriage was such a sacred thing to you, you would still have a wife.
Right.
You would have worked out what you were supposed to work out with your wife.
Right.
Don't come telling me how to do mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You don't know what I'm dealing with at home.
Yeah.
My wife, my former wife, ex-wife, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Has a mental health issue. I cannot reason with her.
Okay.
On top of me having my own PTSD, depression, all of that other shit, it just was not meshing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been wanting to leave for years. And we kind of just, like, it all came to a head after the cruise, you know what I mean? Where she was cheating on me then, with him. So
it definitely sounds like 2 wrongs didn't make a right.
It definitely did not, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, I'm some just innocent guy that just got sideswiped or whatever. It's just my reaction to it.
Right.
That night, looking back at it, I should have just kept going. After she punched me when my back was turned.
Right.
I should have just kept going.
Okay.
In the moment, I did not feel that way. You know what I'm saying? In the moment, I just been dealing with you all week, and you've been trying me all week, and you know what I'm saying? And now you're breaking my shit and trying to fight me, and all I'm trying to do is leave. I'm tired of having to fight you. I'm tired of this shit. So
Right.
I spazzed. You know, it is what it is. I left, you know, and I left her alone, man. You know what I'm saying? I still tried to take the high road, but then there was still the attacks. There was the getting my car repoed, stealing my shit, you know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, I'm getting pulled over when I got my new car. Because when I got my new car, I called him that night because I needed some. I was going to ask him something or whatever. The phone rang twice. He sent me to
voicemail.
To voicemail, and something told me drive past my old house. I drive past. I see you sitting outside my old house and her getting out the car. It's like 2 hours after class is over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Then you gonna text me the next day like, hey, I answered the phone, but it hung up, and I tried to call you back. Like, no, you didn't. No,
Okay.
you didn't.
Okay.
Now, granted, my phone did die, but you know what I'm saying? You didn't answer the phone. You sent me the voicemail.
Right.
So, you know, I ended up getting locked up in November. While I'm in there, I'm calling this guy named Sean Davis, who I thought was a friend and another fellow martial arts brother and all of that other shit. And I told Sean something pertaining to a message that she had sent to one of my brothers. And Sean went back and told her to go delete it. You know what I'm saying? And it was information that would have helped me in my case because she took out charges on me.
Right.
So when I came home, Sean had me blocked. You know, he wasn't answering none of my calls and none of that. And I didn't put it together that it was him until like a week before court when I found out those messages were gone. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, he's a bitch ass nigga for that shit. He's a fucking sucker and a coward because you can't even face the fact that you did this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now me, whenever what happened between me and my wife, when I was asked about it, I honestly didn't have to tell anybody shit, but I stood on it. Like, yeah, you know what? I was wrong. I did it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I owned up to what I did.
Yeah.
But for somebody to go and hide, you know what you did was fucked up. You knew it was fucked up before you did it. It wasn't like you just did it in the moment. Something was going on and you just reacted. You sat back, you calculated that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's not like you just in the moment slept with somebody's wife. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You have to pull your dick out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to embrace this woman. That, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have time to think about it. You knew in your mind that you would have given the chance. You know what I'm saying? So there was all this smiling in my face, and it's the same thing with this other guy. And he's got like a bad case of diabetes and shit like that, to the point where you lost your leg and your sight. So, I mean, by the time you lose your leg and your eyesight, from what I understand, your dick goes first. It doesn't even stand up anymore when your diabetes gets that bad. So what the fuck was you planning on doing with Shanita?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's shit like that. Like, you had made a post before about, you know, honor and integrity among martial artists and shit, and that's why I had said what I said. So you would think that there was.
Right.
You would think so because, you know what I'm saying, as martial artists, you know what I'm saying, there should be a sense of honor and respect and integrity among each other, especially with this shared love for this way of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Regardless of what your background is in karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, kali, sanukis, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are still martial artists, and you know what I'm saying, it's a shared love for this thing that for the most part a lot of us have loved since we were children. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, whenever you got into it or whatever, you fell in love with this thing. So it's a certain understanding of this path of the warrior, you know what I'm saying, that respect among us that we should have. And not even to bring race among it. These are other black men. We are other black martial artists.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Doing something that historically has been, you know what I'm saying, perceived to be strictly Asian culture or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even with that understanding alone, you know what I mean, there shouldn't have been no backbiting or anything like that. Just you as a martial artist, period. You guys are masters and then you're in your 60s. Y'all too old for this bullshit. You know, playing fucking Facebook games and TikTok games. Sean's little top student, Donald Varner, this fucking weirdo. Like, you know, we don't fuck with each other, but yet you're lurking on my fucking dog. You're almost 60. What are we doing here?
Right.
What are we doing here?
Right.
I don't go to your page. I stay the fuck from around you because you made it perfectly clear that we not good. So, and you know your man did some fuck shit and you co-signed it. All right, now my background coming from, you know, the streets or whatever, and then y'all claiming that you have the same background or whatever, you know that if your man does some shit and you co-sign it, you're in it.
Yeah.
You're in it. You know what I'm saying? And you said, fuck that nigga, fuck, we riding, so whatever comes, it comes for you too. But it's worse for you because you didn't even have any skin in the game. And you just decided not only to be involved, but to be extra petty and push the shit forward like you're antagonizing and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, to me, it feels like motherfuckers really want me to react in a way that would get me locked back up. But the problem with that is, like, if I react, and I'm not trying to say anything to incriminate myself, which is why I'm saying it, because I'm not going to do it. But let's say I did react, you're not going to live to see me deal with the consequences. Because I really come from that background. So I don't know what you did when you was outside.
Right.
If you were outside.
Right.
You know, I don't know what type of dude you was, but I ran the streets long enough to know there's different types of people out there.
Okay.
In there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's not violent. Some people was just outside getting money. Some people was just outside. They was Wall Street niggas, and some dudes didn't get money. They was just violent.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was the guys you called when it was something, when it was time to go down or whatever. I happen to have been one of those guys that was outside doing this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Now, I don't live like that. I'm 44. I don't live like that now. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why I don't live where I used to live at, and I don't go around there. I wanted a fresh start.
Right.
And it's just crazy to me. Like, I don't want to go back to prison.
Well, of course not.
Nobody. No, you'd be surprised who does. You know what I'm saying? I've actually ran into people that would prefer to go back to prison. It's weird shit. You know what I mean? But they're institutionalized though.
Right.
Because it made more sense to them in there than it did out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go across it. And I will say this, you know what I'm saying? For prison to be the place that it is, you encounter more respectful people in prison than you do out here, because there's consequences for disrespect,
right? That
everybody understands.
Do you feel like any sort of regret knowing that, you know, the way that it all went down between you and your ex, and do you feel like, or do you know, if you could replay that moment back, you know, if you could replay that chapter back, would you have done something a little bit more differently? Where
I would have done a lot of things different. There's a couple of different ways I could have went, you know.
Right.
Initially, my plan was that I wasn't going to go on the trip and I was going to be gone when she got back. Okay. You know, because by this point, there was no salvaging this relationship, and I kind of peeped it, you know what I mean?
So you knew the writing was on the wall?
I had already picked up divorce papers, like, at the beginning of the year. Okay. You know, like, I was pretty much fed up and gassed out. I didn't have any more. Like, at this point, we wasn't even running on fumes. We was just...
It was past that.
Rigor mortis was starting to set in on us.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, we were pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever we was doing right here, it was pretty much being done out of habit. It wasn't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... You know, I wanted to leave peacefully because, you know, I spent 8 years of my life with this woman. I didn't want to be enemies with her. I didn't want it to be sour. I didn't want it to be any of that. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to go our separate ways. There was no need for us to have conflict. We don't even have children together or anything like that.
I see.
You got to remember, at one point in time, I did love this woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I cherished my wife when we were together.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
For sure.
I saw my wife as something to fight for. She saw me as something to fight against. So... And that's crazy. Yeah. You know? So, it is what it is as far as that goes. And as far as those dudes go, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Justice comes for us all. Karma comes for us all. You know, what we put out, we do get back. Yeah. You know, it's also a blessing. You know, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Because these situations like this, they force you to grow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They force you to be better. You know, you gotta dig deep or whatever. It also reveals a lot to you. It reveals about of who's around you. It reveals a lot to yourself about discernment, about like, you know, you if you don't learn, it's a loss. Right. If you learn, it's not a loss. Right. You know what I mean? And it's a lesson, man. Everybody goes through their own fire. And,
yeah,
you know, for me, this is mine. This is mine, and you know, I'm gonna be all right. Like, even right now, I'm pretty much in a better place than I was when I first got out of jail in January. Okay. You know what I mean? When I came home from jail, I was pissed. I was pissed. I was hot. You know what I'm saying? That was
Like, how hot?
like I wanted to fight somebody.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I kept crashing out on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was pissed. I was like, yo, that's 60 days of my fucking life, and you help somebody do that shit.
That's 60 days you can't get back.
I cannot get back and over nothing.
Yeah.
That was, you know what I mean? If her and I had an altercation or whatever, you know, if she would have filed it that night, if I would have got arrested that night, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I mean? But you waited 2 weeks when you realized I really wasn't coming back to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
After you hacked my Facebook page in my messages and shit, and you saw I was inboxing other girls and all of that, really what pissed you off is I inboxed that girl from our class that you didn't like. The girl that left the class because of you. She didn't want to keep dealing with your shade and all of that. Now, I mean, personally, I've never ran anybody from any martial arts class ever. I've always encouraged people to stay.
Right.
You will not find anybody that said that they left my old school or stopped training in martial arts because of me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know how many other people in this story can say the same thing, but I know I can.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I love martial arts, and I share my love of martial arts. I be trying to get people to do it, you know, but you know, your own jealousy because you think this woman likes your husband, or because you saw me looking at her ass. She has a nice ass, and I'm a man. I saw the fuck,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What the hell? That woman wasn't into me, man. She just thought I was good at martial arts,
Right.
and I'm cool. You know what I mean? That woman wasn't into me, man. You know what I mean? That was your own insecurities and your own, because I don't know how long you had the hots for teacher.
All right.
You know what I mean? So
Well, let's fast forward to the present.
let's talk about it.
I mean, now you have parted ways from that martial arts studio.
Right.
Since then, you actually found a new place to train.
Yeah, I train with Grandmaster Terrell Richardson now. So in Smoking Sticks, Black Tiger Smoking Sticks.
Okay.
And he's under Grandmaster Rodell Dagok from over in the Philippines.
Okay.
So the Dagok, I believe, is our niece school or whatever. I'm still getting the history on that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, you know, it gave me a chance to do what I kind of always wanted to do, which is dive deeper into Filipino martial arts.
So that's kind of like the same route that Tom Crisosimo is, right?
Yeah, he's an FMA guy.
Yeah.
Him, Mike Dizchek, Charles Grace, you know, like Bobby Ladra, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It's all FMA guys.
Well, first off, before we go any further, shout out to Tom Crisosimo, because we love that brother.
That's my guy. I haven't talked to him in a while, but that's my guy right there. Shout out, Tom.
Tom, if you're listening, man, we love you, bro. We hope that you're doing well, and we hope that the firefighting life is not taking you too bad. So, you know, we still need you around, brother, because you're good people.
That was cool that he made that jump too. Like he left the career he was already doing and then jumped into the firefighting.
Yeah.
Like, that was dope, man. That was cool, man. Tom's a dope dude, man.
No, he is a dope
Tom's
dude. And I'm proud of him, man. Like, I'm really proud of like the strides that he's made in life, and you know, not only in his martial arts life, but his, you know, his home life and his professional life. I mean,
Tom's cool, man.
He's doing
Tom,
it,
man. I applaud Tom. Let's give Tom a round of applause.
Hell yeah, dude! Give him a round of applause, man, for the one time, you know.
Let's clap for Tom, man.
One time for the one time.
Zach Oliver. I haven't seen Zach in a while, man. Neither one of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Well, we haven't seen Zach since the filming of Fatal Fury.
Right.
Yeah. But
you know, I had to start a new Facebook page since then, so I haven't been able to add Cameron or Zach.
Okay, Zach Knox.
I got Zach Knox back.
Okay, but you haven't got Zach Malikoff yet.
Nah. I haven't been able to get them back. Whatever. They'd have to send me a friend request because it's set up to where you just can't send them one or whatever.
Are you serious?
I've tried to send them one. Like Cameron. Yeah, hold up. Let me show you.
Okay.
I've tried to send Zach one, and
I might have to do one of those things from my end where, like, you know, where you have to suggest a friend, and I'll be like, yo, add this dude because, you know, obviously he's starting fresh.
See, it just says follow. Well, I can follow him, but yeah.
Okay,
then,
it says following,
and then I can't. Yeah, so I'm following him, but he would have to send me a request.
Okay.
You know,
I'll make sure of that.
And then Cameron, I think I sent one to Cameron.
Okay.
Yeah, he just hasn't responded.
Okay.
So,
I got you on that.
Yeah.
I got you on that. I got you on that.
Those are my guys, man.
Yeah. But like them, you are a martial arts artist that's training and going through your journey. You have a new home now that you're training.
Right.
It seems that at least, let me put it to you this way: at least there's it's a new start, and there's not a lot of I don't
have to deal
BS.
There's no BS. There's no the teacher either looking at me like a pet project or wanting to bang my wife, or there's no closed door conversations about me like at my last school.
Okay.
Which I found out about when one of those times where he was trying to put me on blast or whatever. Like, you got voted out twice and I vetoed it. I'm like, well, y'all motherfuckers don't want me here then. Why would I? What type shit is this?
Right.
Over a Facebook post that had nothing to do with the school? That's my page.
Right.
So, I don't have to deal with that shit no more. It's like, it started to feel cultish.
So now you found a place where you can just
I can be me and I can just train.
Right.
I can be me and I can just train. And that's really all I wanted.
And all the BS that's out there is out the door because you're in your element training.
I'm in my element training.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's supposed to be a thing where I could just, whatever I'm dealing with outside, I could come here and I don't have to deal with nothing else, but I can't come here and then, I have shit going on outside and now I have something going on here because then where's my peace?
Right. Now, with the stuff that you're learning now with the new school, is it very similar to what you were training prior?
Yeah, it coincides.
Okay.
Because Combat Kung Tao has its roots in Filipino martial arts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It is a Filipino martial arts, but it blends with, some kung fu, some, some of this, some of that, so.
Now, I thought Kung Tao was more Salat.
So it is, but what his version of Combat Kung Tao has Silat in it. It has Filipino boxing, Kung Tao, some Tenshin Pai Kung Fu, some Tai Chi. There's
sounds like a whole bunch of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff mixed into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, it's a lot of sound principle, but my thing about it is like, and it's not bad mouthing the system because I like the system or whatever, but I wanted to dig deep into the Filipino martial arts.
I feel
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the thing with the sticks and the knives and all of that. Like I liked all of that stuff. I liked the Dumog. I liked, I liked a lot of that shit. So I wanted to just go deeper into that because, I'm not a kung fu guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though I did Shaolin Kung Fu when I was 12. You know what I mean? I did karate when I was 5. Aikido a little bit when I was 14. I wrestled a little bit in junior high. I boxed a little bit. I did a little bit of Wing Chun. There's some Wing Chun in Combat Kung Tao too. You know what I mean? When I ended up going to Full Circle, I was looking for another Wing Chun school. And I saw Kung Fu over top the building in self-defense. And when I was talking to him and he was telling me about Tenshin Pai, I was like, I never heard of that type of Kung Fu. What is it? It sounded cool, but then they said something about the Combat Kung Tao and told me to look it up on YouTube. When I saw it, I liked what I saw. I was like, yo, I like this joint,
Right.
Let me get down with this joint, man. Let me go do this joint, man.
Right.
And then there was the Filipino boxing element. I love Filipino boxing, man.
So what was it that, with this art that you train in now, what made you decide to go for that versus something like, traditional Japanese, karate or taekwondo or things of that nature?
Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you do martial arts, you learn the basic principles or whatever. Basic principles are universal.
Okay.
But because I was already kind of grounded in the into the FMA thing, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to stick with that. At first, I was gonna go do Sanukas because I was already familiar with that. Because by going to seminars and Peaceful Warriors Gathering and all these other things and meeting people like Soke Hassan and Anthony Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad and all of that and Professor World and Professor Khalil and all of them, I know these guys, I cross-trained, so I was already familiar with Sanukas.
Right.
So, I was like, well, maybe I just go do Sanukas, because I was already familiar with it.
Right.
But then, I'm an FMA guy to my heart, you know what I mean? And I'm always going to cross-train in other systems and stuff, but I always wanted to make sure that my foundation was in FMA.
For sure. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my foundation, like, at the core, I'm an FMA guy, but I'm open to everything, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, like the brother Conrad Bowie says, I'm a martial arts nerd.
Okay.
I'm a martial arts nerd, so I mean, if you have something to show me, you know what I mean, and you know it works or it's practical, or you know what I mean, I just like the principle or the concept of it, you know.
Yeah. I'm
down to learn it. I'm open minded to learn, you know. If I can see that you're functional, or that you have a understanding of what you're teaching, you know what I'm saying,
or with whatever that you're teaching works.
Yeah. So. And you have to be able to be functioning with that, because there was a brother that was telling me he wanted to show me his stuff or whatever, and you know he wasn't, and I'm not bad mouthing him or whatever, anything like that. I'm just stating facts. He wasn't what's the word I want to use? Damn it, man. He wasn't very good at what he was doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let me just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't very good at what he was doing, and so him translating the information to me didn't work. Okay. You know, also when I would be like, I need you to punch at me, and he didn't know how to punch. And he didn't know, his fighting stance was weird to me, because, you know, like, I'm like, just get into a boxing stance. Right. And, you know, I was like, you know how to uke, right? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody doesn't know how to uke. Right. You know, of course I do. I used to uke for my teacher all the time. You could just be telling me this, but we're about to find out. Right. We're about to find out. And he did not know how to uke. Wow. Very well. You know, he didn't know how to punch. He didn't know. He was like, yeah. I was like, you know, he said something about a style. And I'm like, I've never heard of it, number one. I think it was Kempo something. It wasn't even Kempo. It sounded like it was a blend of Kempo and something else. Okay. And it just, I don't know. So, and then the techniques he was showing me didn't make sense to me. So I was just kind of like, all right, that's cool. I'm glad you showed it to me. We probably won't be doing this again. Okay. You know, no harm, no foul. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you ukeing for me so I can make my TikTok videos. Right. You know what I mean?
Wait, was it that dude that it was like a bigger set dude?
He was in the all black? Yeah. Yeah, he was in the all black. We were at the park. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, he didn't really know. He's a nice guy. But, you know. Yeah, but it's just just because you're a nice guy doesn't mean that, you know, you might be the perfect fit for what I'm trying to do. Right. You know what I mean?
To show a demonstration or something.
Right. And that's really what it was. Like, you're not the guy I need to do a demonstration with. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. I feel that.
Yeah, you know, I appreciate you, you know,
wanting to make the effort.
Volunteering, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put forth the effort, and I do appreciate that. You know what I mean? But it's like, you're not the guy that I need to do that with. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? It's not trying to put him down or nothing like that.
No, but that's facts, though.
Yeah, if we was to work together and train, I could bring him up. You know what I'm saying? And that's not my own ego. It's just I could show you. Right. You know what I'm saying? What I'm looking for. Right. I could show that to you. I know, like after the split had happened, and I was in Anne Arundel County, right? So, like, my dad's side of the family, mostly they're from Annapolis. So I'm in Annapolis, and I'm at my cousin's house. And my cousin, when we were younger, he did do martial arts. I do remember he did Tang Soo Do. Okay. Right. Now, I can't speak to whether his teacher was legit or not. Okay. I can't speak to that, you know what I'm saying? Because I think I went to like maybe 2 classes with him and sat in, and at the time my head was somewhere else, you know.
You were not interested.
I was not. Listen, at that time I was a kung fu guy, and I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I was like maybe 12 or 13, dog. So, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't open-minded about anything back then. It was like, listen, kung fu is the best. Right. Everything else sucks. Right. It goes kung fu, then karate, and then everything else can eat a dick. You know? Damn. You know what I'm saying? When I was like 13, I thought like that. Okay. I like the best choice is kung fu, karate, and then fuck everything else. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But he was doing Tang Soo Do. So like now, like we're older, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little more open-minded. I've dibbled and dabbled in a few other with things, and around this time I got my black belt. I got my level 3 certification in Filipino boxing, my level 1 certification in China, my black belt in combat kunta. I've cross trained in Sanukis. I've done some Shura Thai Bujitsu with Troy Price whenever he would come up.
Right.
And I did some drills with you. I've danced around a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're talking and we're rapping a little bit, and I was like, yo, so how far did you get? He said, I got my black belt. I said, so how much of it do you remember? He said, I remember everything. So he's saying it like that, and I was like, well, how long did it take for you to get your black belt? Like, we're just talking, right?
Right.
He said, it took me a year. I was like, a year to get
a year?
Yeah, well, you're a bad motherfucker.
Oh, no, man.
You're a bad motherfucker. You're a bad. And Tang Sudo? Chuck Norris does Tang Sudo.
Yeah.
It didn't take Chuck Norris a year. You're telling me you're better than Chuck Norris? Chuck motherfucking Norris?
No way. I can't believe that.
What?
I can't believe that. That's no way.
Man, listen, man.
The average of getting a black belt, it's like within maybe 2 or 3 years minimum.
I would say 5. I would say about 5, depending on the system.
I agree with that.
About 5. It should take about 5 years to get the black belt. And black belt just means that you mastered your basics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But does it take about 5 years? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But to say that you got your black belt in 1 year.
He was like, yeah, because the seniors, they, you know what I'm saying, they was just working, they was just showing me shit. I was like, yeah, but how functional is your system if I can show you everything within a year?
How much did you pay for that black belt?
No, it was free. It was at the Y.
Damn.
And then he told me his teacher was a fat white guy with a Santa Claus gut.
Oh, no.
And I was like, ooh, that's a red flag right there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he might have had something in his prime, but you want to at least be in something of shape when you're teaching.
You would figure if you're still training or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying, you would still be in some kind of shape. You know what I'm saying? Because a gut doesn't necessarily signify that you're out of shape. You're just big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at Sam Hoang.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the guy from out in Las Vegas who does he does the self-defense videos on Las Vegas. I forget his name, but you know what I'm saying? He's a big guy, but the way he moves, you could tell he's not out of shape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big just means you're just big.
You're big, yeah.
Because like one a good friend of mine, he's large, but he's deceptively agile.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When we spar, but one day we were out practicing. Well, I was doing something. I had another pair of sticks at the time, and I was just going through a stick pattern.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With mine, you know what I'm saying? We were smoking or whatever. And around that time, I'll get high and want to start practicing.
Yeah.
So I'm going through the sticks. So he sees me going through the sticks. He was like, can you see? He asked to see it. So he started doing some weird. I can tell he's never handled the scrimmage sticks before. That he didn't know the principles of them. That, because he was just he didn't know how to hold them. He was just. So I was trying to show him stick pattern.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And then I noticed his footwork was messed up. So then, we put the sticks down. Let me show you feet work. You know what I'm saying? Get in a boxing stance. This part of the story is important. You know what I'm saying? And remember that I told him to get into a boxing stance. He gets into a boxing, what he thought a boxing stance was. Everything is wrong. Everything on both feet on one plank, elbows out, you know what I'm saying? Chin up. All of that. I'm like, tuck the chin in, relax the knees, bring that foot over, tuck your elbows in, you know what I'm saying? Relax your hands. And then I tell him do a basic step. He didn't know what I was doing. So I'm trying to show him all of these basic shit. I'm like, listen, don't worry about that stick at all right now until we get this down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Step by step.
This down. We're going to get this first.
Right.
So, instead of him just emptying his cup and just being like, all right, fuck it, let me just listen. You're fighting me. And I was like, I got so frustrated I ended up cussing him out. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck are you doing? Is that the fighting stance that I just showed you? He's like,
wow.
He goes, no. I said, so what the fuck are you doing it for then?
Oh, God.
He's like, man, it's been a while since I did this. I said, nigga, you ain't never did this shit before. The fuck? We're not equals in this.
Right.
We're not equals in this.
Right.
We're not. I'm kind of seasoned. I'm not the guy, but I actually do martial arts, man. Like, I know martial artists. I know actual official martial artists. I know guys who have been, you know, like, praised throughout the martial arts community. I personally know them and stuff like that. I've gotten a chance to train with them and do all of that shit, man. It's like, stop acting like we're doing the same shit. Like, we're on the same level with this. And it's not my ego. I'm like, I'm showing you this out of, you know what I'm saying? For one, we're family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you this. Number two, you say you like this thing like I like it, so I'm freely giving you, you know what I'm saying, this thing that we both love. I'm trying to show you something right here. Like, I don't have a problem showing anybody anything, you know what I mean? So fast forward to like a couple nights ago. We're on the phone. We're on the phone, you know what I mean? And he was talking about getting back into martial arts, and he wanted to learn Aikido and Wing Chun and all of this other shit. He said he was going to study all of this stuff, research all of this stuff coming out of China and all of that. And I said, you're going to go to China? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you've never left Annapolis. You've never been further than Baltimore. Like, you don't even come to D.C.
Does the brother even have a passport?
Yeah, I asked him. So do you speak like Mandarin or Cantonese?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you think you're just gonna show up and be like, train me, and then that's what's gonna happen? It's not. Or whatever. You know, I said you can learn those things here in Maryland. Maryland has a very extensive martial arts community.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful martial arts community. And one of the things that I learned about Maryland, just by speaking to people from other states and shit like that, the Maryland martial arts community interacts with each other more than anywhere else.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Even when I would speak to people about the sparring club, and that the fact that the sparring club it's not just one school or even one style,
it's all styles.
It's all style. It's open to everybody, and people come through. Shout out to Maryland's Martial Arts Sparring Club of Maryland, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I joined. But it's open for everybody. They don't have that in other places and stuff. There's too much ego in the martial arts community in these other places and shit.
Right.
So out here, you know, there's so much cross-training and interacting and, you know what I'm saying, among different styles and different schools and shit like that. I'm like, bruh, I know a guy who does Wing Chun.
Yeah.
Who's very proficient. That's the word that I was looking for.
Oh, proficient.
Okay, yeah. That's the word I was looking for earlier. You have to be proficient in what you do in order for me to want to learn from you. Because if you're proficient, that means you can translate the information very well in order for me to understand it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not proficient, you're not going to be able to show it to me.
Right.
But back to what we were saying. I said, I know a guy who's very proficient in Wing Chun. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy,
Our good friend, shout out Jimmy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Our good friend Jimmy. Jimmy is a beast in Wing Chun.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, you can go train with Jimmy. He's like, yeah, hook it up. I'm like, yeah, you need to look Jimmy up.
That's right. That's right. You need to do the work.
You need to look Jimmy up. Because I don't want to walk you up to Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take you to my friend and say, yeah, this is my cousin, and he's looking, and then you fuck it up, and then you know, my friend is looking at me like, why would you bring me this guy? You know what I'm saying? No,
that would look bad on you.
On you, right? Yeah. Exactly. I was like, and you got habits, so you have to, in order to be proficient or even successful in martial arts. You know, one of my brothers, Born Master, he had a saying. He said, what do you say? Commitment doesn't happen without sacrifice. You know what I mean? And sacrifice doesn't happen without commitment.
That's right.
You have habits that you need to sacrifice first in order for you to become successful in martial arts. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, you know the weed. I said, I'm not talking about the weed. I know martial artists that smoke a lot of weed. I'm talking about the PCP.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut that shit out.
The hard stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I smoke weed with other. Well, I was when I was smoking weed. I smoke weed with other martial artists and shit like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of us thought about dipping a cigarette in PCP. So.
Oh God.
So you know you're gonna have to cut that out because you got one time to shit. Like, I don't. And then he said, wanting to learn Aikido, whatever. I do know an Aikido guy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, if you're gonna, you got some habits you gotta clean up first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then if you're gonna make, he said, yeah, well, I'm gonna make like Wing Chun or Aikido my foundation. I was like, no, not putting down nobody's style. I said, but one thing about Aikido, right? Aikido needs a delivery system. You'd be better off learning boxing if you're going to learn Aikido.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now, this story earlier about when I was teaching him the boxing stance and how to do a basic step and all of that comes into play now.
Okay.
Because he goes, oh, yeah, man, that's what I was doing first. I was doing that before. I was like, you were doing what? He goes, I was boxing. I was like, really?
Okay.
Where did you box at? What boxing gym did you box at in Annapolis?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I used to box, man. I used to box first, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I used to box. I said, so why did I have to show you the boxing stance? Why did I have to show you the basic step?
Yeah.
He's like, man, you didn't tell me to get into a boxing stance. I was like, why would I not tell you to get into a boxing stance?
That's like me saying that, I knew karate, and you're teaching me the basic karate stance, and I can't even do it.
That's what makes it even crazier, because he goes, you told me to get into a martial arts stance. I said, I don't even use that fucking term, so I know damn well I didn't tell you to get into a martial arts stance.
There's a lot of martial arts stances.
Right. I said a boxing stance. I said, that lets me know you don't watch my videos, because that's the only stance you've ever seen me get into is a boxing stance.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Why would I tell you to get into a stance that I don't even get into? I don't know a martial arts stance. I know a boxing stance. What the fuck is a martial arts stance?
Oh, God.
Muay Thai is a martial arts, and so is Wing Chun. And this fighting stance is different in both of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Karate is a martial art.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have the same fucking fighting stance as Silat.
Mm.
You understand? So what the fuck do you mean martial arts stance?
Jeez.
I was like, yo. It's like, what's going on here? What's this conversation we're having, dog?
I have no idea,
I
dude.
was just wondering about that joint. I was like, you didn't box. I boxed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't box Golden Gloves, but I boxed enough to know the boxing basics and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time I got the full circle, you know what I'm saying, it got sharpened up for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew boxing enough that if I got into a street fight with somebody, if they didn't know how to box, I'd beat the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was weird dealing with my cousin with that joint. I love the guy, but like, I'm not going to sit up there and pretend with you when it comes to martial arts. I love this too much.
Right.
I love it way too much.
It's not a game.
It's not a game, man, and it's not a thing. You know what I mean? It's not like it. Like for me, I don't like it when people will mention it when they're talking about hobbies to me. Like, yeah, it's a hobby for you. No, this is my passion.
Yeah, it's my way of life.
Yeah, dog. Playing in online wrestling leagues is my hobby. E-feds are my hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Martial arts is my passion. Bro, we could talk about martial arts all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could talk with you about martial arts and pro wrestling like literally all day long.
I mean, damn right. We could probably talk about it at 12 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock the next
day. Right.
It's that big.
Those two things, we can talk about them and shit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, it's not something that I play around with. Like, it'll annoy me. It annoyed me so much when I was showing him that thing that I spazzed on him. So I was like, maybe now's not the best time for me to be an instructor.
Oh no.
But no, I actually could, because there's a difference between me knowing somebody doesn't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody who says they know and you're showing me something different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Like, if I know you don't know like you've never done anything. If you come to me and be like, I want to learn martial arts, I've never done anything like this before. I've never had any type of training. My patience for you is a little bit more versus, you know what I'm saying? You saying, yeah, I got my black belt in a year.
I'm still tripping over that. Black belt in a year? Come on, dog.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. It's yeah.
You might be like, okay, I in 1 year, I advanced quickly to the point where, like, the next belt I'm going to get is a black belt. But even still, there's like a probationary waiting period, because you have to learn the stuff that you need to learn and still refine the older techniques that you first learned, and it's a maturity
that's
thing.
Too fast, number one.
Yeah,
that's way too fast. And you know what, a good brother by the name of Kevin Pierre, he had a video about this on TikTok not too long ago. He's like, when a lot of those guys was coming back over to the States from the military and they was going over there, he said they were getting black belts in 1 and 2 years because they was getting rushed through it. You know what I mean? When I was speaking with Grandmaster Clarence Murray, right, like a couple years ago, and he was speaking about how the Marines got, jiu-jitsu or judo or whatever, how they got it. He said they gave them a streamlined version of it.
He's a Shotokan guy, right?
I want to say he's a Shotokan guy. I think he's a Goju guy too.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It's one. I think he's possibly a Shotokan guy.
But he's more primarily Japanese style.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Okinawan.
Okinawa. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
When he was telling me about it, right? You know what I'm saying? He was like, they were streamlining the Marines. So a lot of those Marines that was bringing martial arts back to the States, you know what I mean? They weren't, because you got to think, like, a duty station is only like maybe 1-2 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? On average, you know what I'm saying? You might get an extended stay to maybe 3-5 years, but for the most part, it's 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they're coming back with these black belts. They were getting black belts in a year or two, but then they would slow grind everybody else. You know what I mean? So everybody else is thinking,
okay,
this, that, and the third. But you would have to think, like, to rush through something like that. You know what I mean? Like a guy like you and myself, think about how long we stayed at that underbelt thing, and even going through how many times we still were going over our basics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even at black belt, we're still going over whatever we learned on day one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, whatever we learned on day one, we probably did it like maybe 100,000 times.
Okay.
Before we even made it to our next rank. And then even at the next rank, we were still doing the stuff from day one.
That's right.
All the way up until, our current stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then we got to the next rank. We're still doing everything from day one. Right. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you get to black belt, it should be sharp because you've done it so many times.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the day one stuff is the stuff that you shouldn't forget.
Exactly.
Maybe everything between day one and black belt, you can forget some of that stuff in between there, but the day one shit you are not supposed to forget because you've done it way too many times. It's ingrained in you.
Yeah.
You do it in your sleep.
That was like the first step.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and what you learn on day one is your fighting stance.
That's right. That's right. Yep. You're right. Yep.
You know what I mean? And if you box, the one thing about boxing, right, you know what I'm saying, it's only but so many movements in boxing. Mm-hmm. It's not a whole bunch of advanced stuff in boxing. You learn this punch, that punch, this punch, and then you learn a whole bunch of ways to put them together. You learn your footwork. You learn this block, this weave, this weave.
Right.
This shoulder roll, this right here. And I'm not simplifying boxing, but boxing is not a lot of moves, but you do it so many times, and that little bit of material, you do it so many times that you become so proficient at it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you learn to put it together so many different ways.
For sure.
That it looks like it's a whole bunch of shit. That's the beauty of boxing.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you these things right here, and I'm going to show you a million ways to put it together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So much so, the things that you're going to see the most, your jab, because it sets everything up, it creates space, it closes a gap.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Your footwork, because it gets you in, it gets you out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This is your delivery system right here.
Yep.
A basic step, you will see that so many times. That when you're training in boxing, you know what I'm saying? That jab, that fighting stance, and that basic step, you do it so many times that there's no way possible that you can forget it.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
And everything that you learn throughout the martial arts and to this point basically essentially helped you to propel yourself in the local film industry as an actor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get back into doing more acting now because I'm a little more settled now. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was bound. I wanted to do Romel's his son's film.
Yeah.
I wanted to audition for it or whatever, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, fully commit because of everything I had going on at the time.
Right.
I really wanted to be a part of that, though. You know what I mean?
Did you try to reach out to him in some capacity and say, I would like to be involved, but
He knows. Okay. We spoke. He knows. You know what I'm saying? I told him. I was like, I got too much going on. I would have loved to be a part of that joint. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Romel. You know what I'm saying? I love Romel. I rock with Romel. Real heavy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Romel's going to do great things, man. He's doing them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just as he goes on, you know what I mean? The films, they're just going to get greater and greater and greater. You know what I'm saying? Like, He'd be like our local Scorsese, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to limit him to saying local. I'm just saying you go because he's from around the way, you know what I mean?
Yep,
He's going to be.
Yep.
I would like to see Romel, you know what I'm saying, get his just due, his flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? In the world, get to see like what type of gift he really has for filmmaking. And
for
shit,
sure,
you know what I'm saying? I would love to see that for him, man.
Did you see Miscalculated when it got out?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
I watched it on Tubi. I watched it on Prime.
Okay.
And then one day I was skimming through YouTube and saw it was on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Shit, might watch it again later on.
Okay.
I show it to people.
Okay.
I show it to people. I'll be like, yo, I was in this joint, so I gotta check that shit out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely think that when that film definitely came out, you know, that was definitely the talk of the town.
Yeah.
And, you know, you couldn't...
Rightfully so.
And you couldn't deny Romel because, you know, during that time, you know, the pandemic was still happening, and he was one of the few directors, and his project was one of the few projects that was out there still doing it.
Right.
You know? They're just like, you know... It's now or never.
I'm actually glad I was a part of that project, man. For real. Like, I got a lot of great memories from it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was my first time on an actual movie set.
Yeah.
Because before that, I was just shooting little skits and stuff in the park on my phone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when Quentin was like, "Hey, they need some guys for this thing," I was like, "Sure, I'll do it." You know what I'm saying?
Is that how you got in through Quentin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quentin, because he was in one of my little films on my YouTube channel and stuff.
Okay.
And then, you know, we know each other through Sparring Club. Shout out Quentin, by the way.
What's going on with that dude now?
I haven't really spoke to Quentin lately, man. I don't know. I hope everything's good with him. I should reach out to him.
Well, I know that he recently got in with the new Romel project.
Yeah, I think he did.
And he got a part in it. But, you know, it's one of those things where, like, we don't really know what's going on. Maybe he's like, you know, the bad boy really moves in silence kind of thing. I don't know what's up.
I know this much. I know Quentin is a very busy guy. You know what I'm saying? He's down in Virginia, number one. So he's like kind of like, it's not like anybody sees him on a regular basis because, you know, he's all the way down there. So he's got his work schedule, and then he's an instructor. So, you know, his schedule is his schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So his life, you know, we only get to see him when he gets the time. You know, you'll see him at the classics though, at the Capitol Classics and shit like that. And
I remember one time he said he wanted to go to compete.
Yeah.
And he never did.
I don't know why. Something probably came up.
I think it was just maybe transportation issues.
It might have been. Like I said, something probably came up. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that if everything fell into place for him to compete, not only would he have competed, he would have did very well.
That I would just say this. I'm not denying Quentin of what he can do and his skills, but competing in a NASCAR, you know, based tournament with all those dudes doing sport karate, and you've seen what they do. It might be a different you know, it might be a different thing for Quentin, because it might be a thing where, like, damn, I probably never, you know, went up against that type of thing before.
You know what? Because he's my friend, I always got the highest hopes for him.
Right.
So I'm just gonna assume that he will rise to the occasion.
Well, I mean, he definitely has the basic tools, and I think in certain cases, in most cases, the basic tools are basically all you need.
All you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't need any other.
Like I've sparred Quentin and shit like that. Like his you know what I'm saying, ability for timing and striking when he needs to strike and all of that.
Right.
Like he would be good. He would do all right. You know what I'm saying? He would do all right. You know what I mean? I would be surprised if he didn't make it out of the first round of the tournament. You know what I mean? I would be shocked. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I would be surprised if he didn't advance out of the first round. You know what I mean? I would like to see him win the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I'm his friend. I want to see you win the whole thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. For sure.
I don't doubt for 1 second that he would make it out of the first round.
Right.
You know what I mean? In that steep conversation, that is saying a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not, and we're not talking about some Rudy Poo, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gymnasium competition or whatever.
Right.
You know, some local competition. We're talking about NASCAR. So for me to say that, the guy will definitely make it out of the first round. The competition is steep in NASCAR, and I'm telling you, like, he definitely would advance.
I believe he would.
Yeah.
I believe he would.
I definitely believe he would advance.
And speaking of which, like we're gonna like him and like yourself. I mean, both of you guys are actors. You both acted in Miscalculated. Obviously, Quentin's going to have another opportunity with this new film. You just said it yourself that you would like to go back into that industry.
Yeah, the last thing that I did, like the same year that we did Fatal Fury, I did a student film with Mike Dizchek.
Okay.
And it was a one shot, and I had always wanted to do like a one shot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like one continuous thing. It took us about 4 hours to get it done for like a 7-minute film. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we had to keep running back, shooting it.
Yeah,
you got to do the choreography and all of that, but it turned out pretty good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got the footage and stuff. Matter of fact, I think I posted it before. I'm gonna post it again. I think I posted it on my last page, but
okay.
Yeah, it was dope. I would love to do that. I'd like to work with him again. You know what I mean?
So why make the return back to acting now? Is it because you find yourself in a better position, in a better situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm more stable now.
Okay.
I'm more stable now. Like, only thing I'm really missing right now is a steady job in a car.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everything's coming together the way it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to rush things. At first, I was like, I need everything right now. I need everything right now. You know what I mean? Man, the most important thing that I needed when everything really hit, the shit really hit the fan the way that it needed was, I needed to make sure my mental health was right.
What was going on with your mental health? Like, what were your struggles?
Depression and rage.
Okay.
When I was in anger management before, I learned that anger was a secondary emotion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You feel something and then you feel anger. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I had been in therapy for so long that I started becoming more self-aware about myself and more honest about my emotions and things of that nature.
Sure.
I knew why I was angry. I was hurt.
Yeah.
I was hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that don't just go away.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not angry just because I'm just a naturally angry person. You know what I'm saying? My default setting is that I'm actually just cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool, but I was hurt.
Yeah.
I was really hurt because, the 3 people I named earlier, you know what I'm saying, in the issue, you know what I'm saying, I was loyal to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you don't just give that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm being authentic with somebody. You know what I mean? And you take it and you violate that thing, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts as a person, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, like guys, we don't really talk about our emotions that much because we're considered bitches or whatever if we do, but the reality is we have emotions, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My feelings were hurt. I was crossed. And the idea that people actually got together and thought of a way to send me back to jail knowing that I was sent away for 11 years, man. And the things that it did to my family while I was gone, man. You know what I'm saying? My children didn't grow up together.
Yep.
I had to watch my children grow up in pictures.
Mm.
You know what I mean? My son has to wonder why I'm not here. Why, when he goes to school and all these other kids' moms and dads there and his ain't. Because his mom was out here and she was doing whatever it was she was doing, but she wasn't doing it with them. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like, that affected my family, man. It affected my family. It affected, it wasn't just a me thing.
No.
Going to prison, like it split a lot of things up. I lost a lot of things,
Yeah.
Before I went into prison, I was rapping, and I wanted to act then. You know what I mean? So that was an opportunity that went away while I was locked up. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, man, our relationship is still strained. Like, we speak now. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have the relationship that I wanted us to have if I would have never got locked up.
I see.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And for somebody to weaponize my own past trauma against me and y'all to get together because you're more preoccupied with the fact that I've been incarcerated than even I am, you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It is fucked up that you can't get past. So that's why I started talking about my ex-wife's past. because like you try to weaponize my past because I went. You don't even know the story about how I got locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I start talking about, you know, my ex-wife's past as a stripper, you know what I'm saying? I knew she was a stripper when I met her, but then I thought about it later on, and I was like, I know a lot of strippers, man, and I don't know not one that never sold pussy.
Wow.
So one day I asked her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got the answer that I thought I was going to get.
Okay. Okay.
So how about we weaponize her past against her? You know what I'm saying? Because you're so preoccupied that, you know. But, you know, now that we're going back into this acting thing, you know what I'm saying? That was something, even with her, that was something I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. She just tagged along with me.
I see.
Because when I was supposed to go to the set of Miscalculated that first day, she wasn't coming. She decided at the last minute to come out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm coming with you. Why? Why are you coming with? You're doing something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you made me late. You wasn't even supposed to be here.
Right.
So then, you know, when things went south for her in the Stones project, now you don't want me to work with Romel and them no more. Because shit didn't work out for you.
For you, right.
But you were always late. And I told you about that. Like, I'm like, and you would say things, well, they gotta wait because I gotta do this for Soraya. Or my family come first. I'm like, well, why are you acting then? Because you don't even like being on camera.
That's what tripped me out, because you just saying that, and I remember in Miscalculated that she had like a good lengthy part, and the camera was like right on her. Mm-hmm. So how can you say something like that when, you know, you were right there on film? Like, you know, we
because I was doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that was, because I was doing it. But any other time, like, you know, if there's a camera out, like, you know, there was a camera in the school one day. The news was there. They was interviewing Samuel Scott.
Okay.
Or something like they interview him a lot or whatever.
Right.
She goes, "Can I stand in the back? I don't want to be on camera." I said, "Aren't you an actress?" Or you got mad at me because I was recording a sparring one day, and she got mad because I shared it. Like, you actually caught a legit attitude with me.
Right.
But you didn't have a problem with Sam Scott recording both of you while you was in your bathing suit and shit like that and posting it on Facebook. He took it down since then, because I guess I don't know why he took it down. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say because, you know, the rumors of him sleeping with my wife have gotten out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's because you said this was your bodyguard and then you found out that she got into a fight with her husband and got dog walked. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
don't know why you took it down. Maybe because you realized it wasn't a good look to be in a video with another man's wife. And not only that, he didn't just record her. She jumped on the screen with him.
Yep.
You don't do that with me. With your husband.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't understand why, while I'm in the pool and I'm nowhere around, why I'm hearing that you're sitting on this man's lap. So you can't look me in my face and say something wasn't going on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there's that. But, you know, I wanted to get back into acting because she kind of ruined it for me.
Where do you go from here when it comes to, like, trying to get back into acting? Do you want to try to get into every project known to man? Are you trying to establish yourself as, like, that martial arts actor and stunt person? I mean, where do you want to go?
Honestly, like, I would still do action movies, but I started thinking about maybe I could do more dramatic shit. Mm-hmm. Or just straight up acting without having to fight or nothing like that. Just show that I could actually act.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or do comedies.
I
would like to spread, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to just being just the acting guy. I mean, the action guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or, you know, thug number 3. Yeah. Because that's usually the role that I get. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Or things like that. I would like to just to be a little more versatile in that joint.
Yeah.
You know?
There was, I think, something that you had put out there on social media. I don't know if it's still out there, but somebody was asking you, like, you know, what's up? What are you going to do? And I think you said something like, actually thinking about moving down over to Atlanta, Georgia.
No, never Atlanta. I was just thinking about moving. Period.
Okay.
Never. I don't want to move to Atlanta.
Why is that?
Well, no. I actually did consider moving to Georgia. I did. You know what I'm saying? Not just for acting, but my nieces and nephews are down there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And my sister and I wasn't speaking for a long time. Like during my entire marriage, we didn't talk, and then we started speaking again, or whatever. And you know, I missed a lot of time with my nieces and nephews. Like my niece doesn't even know me. She's a year old. Okay. I haven't met her in person yet. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, you know what I mean? Like I want to go see my kids are grown. They're in their 20s. You know what I mean? In whatever relationship I wanted to have with him, it does not look like we're going to have that anytime soon. Right. We'll probably just be cool. You know what I mean? Because it's like one of them things where you got to meet me halfway. It can't just be me trying to make this thing happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you're going to have reservations and shit like that, then it's probably not going to work. And, you know, I love my children. That door is always open. Like, they can always reach out to me and whatever. But I want to go kick it with my nieces and nephews and get to know them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe I want to go down there and teach my nieces and nephews martial arts. There you go. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about a story with my nephew not too long ago, because like when he was like 4 or 5, his whole world revolved around trying to kick my ass. Oh no!
Come on now, there's more to life than that.
At for a 4 or 5 year old, you know, say a little boy, you know, say, listen, I want to be the big dog.
The little kid logic.
Yeah, you know I feel you. I'm gonna beat my uncle up.
Man, so are you thinking about trying to chase acting in like, you know, long term, or are you just trying to see how far you can go with it?
I'm gonna start messing with it. I'm gonna just keep messing with it and see what happens. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that I just do and it's just fun and I get these little projects under my belt, that's cool, that I can always show somebody. If it becomes something even bigger, that's even greater. Yeah.
If there was, let's say, like a casting director or somebody that was in charge of like the casting of, like, you know, the movies and whatnot, and they were here right now, how would you sell yourself to them and say, yo, I'm that guy that you need?
I would tell them I'm that guy that you need, and then I would tell them, hand me a script and let me just tell me what you need, and I'm just going to give that to you. Wow. That's what I would do. I'm not getting on the casting couch though.
Okay. I mean, hey, that's fair.
I'm not getting on the casting couch though. I'm not. Yeah, you're not gonna Harvey Weinstein me.
Now I know that you did some stuff with like stunts and whatnot, but since then, have you actually made the investment for like all the safety equipment that's required for stunt work?
I started to, but after the fallout and all of that, you know what I'm saying, this woman still has some of my stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just have to reinvest. Okay. And that, just like I had to start reinvesting in my sparring gear and all of that, because when I got arrested and they impounded my car, you know, I'm supposed to have 30 days. Right. They disposed of my car after 10. Damn. Yeah, Anna Rundle plays dirty.
I heard, I don't know if that's 100% true, but yeah. I've heard something in those lines.
Yeah. Then I'll come to find out I'm not the only one it ever happened to dealing with Anna Rundle. PG is different. PG would have still had my car. You know what I'm saying? It just, after a certain amount of time, they stopped charging. Yeah. You know what I mean? But Anna Rundle, 10 days, my car was gone. Damn. So, I'm like, damn. All right. So now I'm just waiting for my W-2s, like my tax refund to come back, so I can just buy another car. Okay. So I can be mobile again. Yeah. Cause but definitely, I still want to do acting. I still want to do martial arts. You know, it crossed my mind. I'm like, you know what? I should go, cause C3W, the local wrestling. Oh yeah. Yeah. I would. Matter of fact, I need to reach out to Rich, but the guy, me and him was talking, you know what I'm saying, I was going to do some stuff with them. Okay. Either on the creative side or actually getting in the ring
and doing something.
Yeah, and doing something. Like I would want to do it just to have it under my belt, to say I've actually had a wrestling match. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, if that's something that you're willing to do, I mean, why not?
I'll take the bumps. I don't really care.
Have you ever done like pro wrestling training before?
I have a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I went to C3W's New Year's Eve show a couple of years ago. Right. And at the top of the year, yeah, I did. So after the show, I got in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And, you know, the guy showed me how to take some of the bumps.
Yep.
I'm like, well, it's just a simple break fall.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, your martial arts training does train you to take. They just do the break fall different because they kind of jump with it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where we kind of just fall back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They kind of jump and then break fall with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really like the only difference. And then I started learning, it was like, you know, how to trust your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Because I let the dude do a pop-up power bomb on me.
Oh, God.
You know, no, it was a pop-up spine buster.
A pop-up spine, okay.
Yeah, so, you know, he got me under him. He's like, you know, it's just trusting your opponent, you know what I'm saying? So when you do it, I need you to jump a little bit with me. Right. I was like, cool, you know what I'm saying? So I hit the rope, he caught me, I jumped a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I landed, you know what I mean? I did my break fall, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's not like I felt the impact.
Yep.
But I wasn't injured, or, you know, I didn't have the wind knocked out of me or none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was safe.
You were
I
safe.
still felt it because, like, that ring is not cushioned.
No.
It's still ring. It ain't but like this much padding that's under there. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bunch of springs and all of that shit under there.
Right.
You know what I'm
2x4s that are underneath.
right.
It. Yeah.
It's 2x4s, and then it's like only but so much padding. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So, you know, you gotta learn how to take them falls. And I'm like, okay, you guys do this on the regular. All right, cool. I respect it. I respect it. I understand why you guys get addicted to painkillers too.
Oh, God.
I understand it.
Oh, man.
I get it. You know, I respect it. So, you know, I felt the bump. I felt all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I've done a little bit. Like, I got a little taste of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I ain't did the full training, but I got a little bit of the taste of it. And I'm like, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? I could do this. I could work a match.
So we're going to see you like over at the Capital One Arena anytime soon when the WWE comes in for a Monday Night Raw or
the crowd.
or a live event.
You'll see me in the crowd.
I dig it, man.
You'll see me watching the show, enjoying the show, just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro.
And that's when those prices come down because TKO is tripping right now.
Those prices are like, you know, they're just like really raping people, man.
Yeah,
Like,
TKO did some wild shit with that.
Yeah, they sure did. They got dirty with it.
They like, listen, them joints spiked. But my cousin kind of looked up the tickets for the Baltimore show coming up, and he was like, you know, there's some seats for like $100-something in a very decent area where you could still be close enough to the ring, but you're not too close.
So not in the nosebleed.
It's not in the nosebleed.
Okay.
It's like in.
So it's a little bit down.
Yeah. So you know, like it's not necessarily in the floor. You know what I'm saying? Then you have this one section that's still kind of on the floor. Mm-hmm. That section behind it going up. So it's not in nosebleeds. It's on that first floor before you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like right over there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
$100-something. I'm like, those are the tickets that I would want because that's the area that I like sitting in. Like when I went to Raw the first time and the second time Raw came, we was in the nosebleeds and I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Also, and the episode was trash too. I ended up falling asleep. But then when we went to SmackDown,
oh man,
I was like, who's in the main event? Man, fuck this.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when we went to SmackDown during the road to WrestleMania, and that's when Cody and Roman was the first go round.
Yep.
With Cody and Roman, and this was when they had their first promo against each other. I was in the crowd for that.
Yeah.
I still got that joint on my phone too, like in my Google memories and stuff.
Okay.
For that promo. But yeah, you know, I ended up getting some really good seats for that too. But that's because I was a seat filler.
Right.
So
I guess the most important question of it all is, where does Trey Parker go from here, man?
Up.
Okay.
Up, wherever up looks like, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever up looks like. To me it's just forward motion, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the quest for happiness, brother. Peace and happiness.
Okay. In
my own life, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to a point at some point in time where whatever animosity I feel towards anybody, I'm going to let it go. It's just not going to be today. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to take some time.
It'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come. You know what I'm saying? I forgave somebody that shot at me before, and then I shot back. We forgave each other. We were trying to kill each other.
Right.
We forgave each other.
Oh, there you go.
We're still friends. We're actually cool now. He's on my Facebook page and all that. One day he hit me up and asked me if I could teach his daughter martial arts and stuff. You know what I mean? So anything's possible. I don't think me and these individuals will ever be friends or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be I just don't hold nothing against you.
But you probably might be like, if you see him, the most that you're going to do is probably say hi, or you might just be like, "Yo, what's up?"
You might get a head nod.
Okay.
You might get a head nod, or I might not say anything. It just won't be nothing.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might not be anything, and I might not say anything at all. You might not say nothing to me. It just won't be nothing, man. It won't even be. We just there. It's like that Gautier song. Just somebody I used to know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we keep it pushing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your life is your life. My life is my life. That's probably what it should have been in the first place. But it is what it is, man. Some type of people come into your life to teach you a lesson. Sometimes you come into theirs to teach them. Sometimes y'all come to learn it from each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that lesson is beautiful. Sometimes it's very uncomfortable. And this is just one of those things, you know?
Yep.
It's really just one of those things. Ships passing in the night, man. And you just take the best part, man, and you leave the best. And you leave the rest. You know?
Yeah.
I learned some cool shit in martial arts from you guys. You know what I'm saying? But as people, you suck, so... You know, you're good martial artists. I won't ever take that from them. You know what I'm saying? Very skilled, very knowledgeable guys. You're just assholes. You're just snakes. So I won't say nothing about your skills as martial artists or nothing like that, because that would say something about my own, because I learned from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, me speaking about you being snakes and all of that, you know what I'm saying? If we're being honest, it also speaks to my own discernment, because I let you in my life.
Yeah.
So it's a lesson for me. You know what I mean? Can't be so open with everybody, man. Sometimes, man, people, they just are what they are. You know, you got to deal with them in the capacity that you meet them in. We ain't meant to just be close friends or something like that. Sometimes it's just, you know, I train with you in martial arts and that's it.
Right. And respect is a two-way street.
And it definitely is, man. Respect and loyalty and all of that, man, it's definitely a two-way street, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was always brought up under the thinking that, man, you know what I'm saying, man, you keep it 100 with the people that keep it 100 with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody wasn't brought up like that. And some guys, you know what I'm saying, think with their dick. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I came up with the term simpsay. You know what I'm saying? You're a simp with a black belt. You're a simpsay. You know what I'm saying? I just never been the type of guy that covered another man's woman.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Naomi don't count, because I don't know Jimmy Uso.
Well, shout out to them, because they recently got.
They actually didn't. That was Photoshop. That's why I took that shit down, because somebody in the comments showed me. They was like,
what?
yeah, it was Photoshopped. She didn't have the baby yet. That's why I took that post down. They didn't have it yet. I thought they did. I was happy for them.
Yeah, I fell for that.
I fell for it too. I posted it. You know what I mean? But nah, they didn't have it, man. Still shout out to them though, because the baby's coming though, man. I'm hoping they have.
They coming.
I'm hoping they have a beautiful, healthy child. You know what I'm saying? Just raised in love and all of that. You know, I don't even know these people, but I'm still wishing them the best.
Real quick, what did you think about Naomi's new angle? When she's like wearing all those.
Approach with caution.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Proceed with caution.
I liked it.
Nice. Yeah,
I liked it, man.
Yeah.
I liked it. It gave her a little more flavor. She was always a dope wrestler, but you know what I'm saying, the glow thing kind of got stale.
It did.
You know what I mean?
It did.
And you know, like this it kind of reinvigorated her. You know what I mean? I like that for her. I was glad to see Randy turn heel last night.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the Randy Orton that I like.
Yeah,
I like heel Randy Orton.
I like heel Randy Orton.
I like heel Randy Orton, man. I like heel.
I hope he wins the belt.
You do?
Yeah,
I do too. I hope he gets.
I really hope he wins the belt.
It'll be number 15 for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he gets it.
Yeah.
I hope he gets it. You know what I'm saying? Heel champ Randy is a different animal.
Hell yeah.
That's a different animal.
That's a different beast, man.
That's like you need that champ, because number one, heel heel champion Randy doesn't need he doesn't need a faction to back him.
Hell no, he doesn't.
You don't need. I mean, this ain't young Randy that had was it Legacy around?
Legacy,
him, or anything like that. This is like Legend Killer Randy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a different. That nigga was menacing. He was he gave no fucks about nothing.
That's true.
He gave no fucks about nothing.
That's true.
Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? What do you think's gonna take it between Punk and Roman?
Oh God, between Punk and Roman, if in my heart's of hearts, if I'm choosing with my heart, I'm going CM Punk. If I'm choosing with logic and intelligence, then I'm saying Roman Reigns.
I want Punk to win it too.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with Roman winning it.
Right.
But Roman's part-time status does not require for him to have a title.
That's true, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a story that can be told. I was reading online and I agree with this. There's a story that can be told with Roman and the Usos about how Roman never apologized to them for how he treated them or whatever, and that story does not require the title.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we still have, I don't know what's getting ready to happen with Seth because apparently he's a babyface right now.
There's a lot going on with that angle with him and the Vision. I don't know. To me,
it's like they're trying to salvage.
Because two of the members are out with injury right now. Bronson Reed is out.
The two members that count.
Yeah, and Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
and man, Braun was on his way, man.
He was.
He was on
really
his
was.
way. Like you could just see it, man. And when he comes back, he'll be back on track. You know what I'm saying? But he was on his way, man. Braun was on his way. Like, you could just see it. Like, that man just oozed superstar.
Hell yeah.
You know, he oozed multiple-time world champion. Like, he's just... Like, he was just born to be a main eventer. And you can also see it with Bronson Reed, too. But, like, with Braun, it's just... Braun screams superstar.
I think he's got more juice now in his career than his uncle and his dad ever would.
Fucking right. Fucking right.
I think so.
Hell yeah.
You already surpassed the teacher in a sense, so yeah.
Damn straight.
Now it's time to collect.
I'm telling you, like, the future main event looks like Braun Breaker. It looks like Trick Williams. It looks like Obafemi.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? It looks like Austin Theory.
Austin Theory. Yep.
And I hate to say it, Logan Paul.
Really?
I'm telling you, I can see it.
Damn.
I can't ever see Logan Paul being a baby face, but I can always see him being a main event heel. I can see him doing it because he's a natural born asshole.
Yeah.
He's a natural born. He's like a really unlikable guy in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like he would never be a believable baby face to me.
Okay.
Not to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People change though. Who knows what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Booking can do some beautiful things because you got to remember it's about to be a new creative team soon.
That's true, yeah.
Almost everybody's gone now. It's just Michael Hayes and Brother Love.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? They're the only two people
because the Road Dogg left.
He left. Right?
Yeah.
So the creative team is about to be different. So I would like to see Carmelo Hayes in that main event scene, but I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on that.
Time will tell.
Javon Evans.
Oh, yeah.
I could see him in the main event scene. I could also see him getting misused.
I can see that too.
I could see him getting misused. I could say he would deserve to be in the main event scene, but I could see him being misused.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what I could also see. You know what I'm saying? I could see his potential and his talent be wasted.
Damn.
I could see them not really seeing what they I could see everything that he have be overlooked. I could see it happen. And it's sad to say. I want to be wrong about that.
Right.
That's one of those things I want to be wrong about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can see Ilya Dragunov is in the main event scene.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys too, man. So that's what the main event scene going forward. That's what the future looks like to me as far as WWE goes.
I would say that you're not far from the truth.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty spot on.
And Solo. And Jacob Fatu. That's a given though.
Yeah.
That's
oh my God.
Jacob Fatu is a given.
Yeah.
I don't know about Royce Reese because I mean outside of the Rumble, we've only seen like clips of interviews with Stephanie McMahon. Like, when are you gonna get
the
me?
Royce Keys, yeah.
Oh, and
Penta.
not just Penta, Dominic Mysterio.
Ooh.
I can see Dominic. Dominic will get promoted to the main event scene. Dominic is over.
Yeah.
Dom's over.
Yeah.
It started with, like, you know, he had legit go home heat.
Yep.
That turned into heel heat.
Yep.
That turned to we love to hate him heat.
Yeah. That's true.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true. Yeah. No doubt.
It's kind of like we just fuck with Dom now. He kind of grew into his character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could see Dom being in the main, and as far as ring work goes, he's improved a lot.
He has. He has.
So, you know, Damian Priest, I don't know if they're gonna move Priest back to the main event scene.
He's just been stuck in mid card lately, and it's like
They don't really know what to do with him or nothing like that. He was a very consistent and reliable worker though. So
yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, you know, you took him to the mountaintop one time, and then you made him lose it, and what is he doing now?
right, he's teamed with R-Truth, which is cool because they're friends.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's working with his homie.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, outside of all the jokes and all of that, Truth got a lot of knowledge to give you, you know what I'm saying, as far as being in that business for so long and being
Right.
relevant for as long as he's been.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's definitely a lot of jewels you can get from him. I love R-Truth.
Yeah. It's gonna be sad for when he really retires. You know what I mean?
Man, when R-Truth retires and still pops up every now and then, you know what I'm saying, for special appearances and shit like that, you know that pop is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it will be crazy.
It will be. Like,
Yep.
his induction into the Hall of Fame, man, is going to be, like, just ridiculous. Like, everybody's going to be happy to see it.
Yeah.
It's going to be all of his peers, all of the fans, everybody's going to be happy to see R-Truth move and get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, without question.
Just happy. I'm a pop for him, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be at home.
No doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
definitely. What about the women's main event scene in the future? What do you think that's looking like? Because I know Liv Morgan's gonna be in it. We know Rhea, that's a
Liv Morgan
given.
versus Stephanie Vakir, and then you have Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Rhea does not need to win
Right.
at Mania.
Right.
Her career doesn't need. What's up, Roddy? Her career at this point in her career, she doesn't need the victory. She doesn't need at WrestleMania, especially since losing at WrestleMania won't hurt her because she's lost at WrestleMania before, and she was still, you know what I'm saying, red hot.
Yep.
White hot. For Jade's career, Jade needs this victory over Rhea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as far as Liv and Stephanie Vakir goes, I love Liv Morgan.
Okay.
I do. I'm like, you know, as 5%ers, we're not supposed to date white women and shit, but the guys just gonna have to understand if I pop up at Show and Prove with Liv Morgan, they just gonna have to understand.
Oh no.
Give me my universal beat down. Give me two, because I'm gonna do it again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm hard headed, you know what I mean?
Right.
No, I love Liv, man, and I'm a big fan of Liv, and I like Stephanie Vakir. I want to see Liv win, but it benefits Stephanie Vakir more to win.
Yeah, I think
I would
so.
like to see Stephanie hold that title until Naomi comes back. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, Naomi gets her title back that she never actually lost. From the person who won it after she left. The person that she had the fucking rivalry with when she was on her way out the door to have the baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be mad if Liv won.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't be mad. Like, it wouldn't be no complaints out of me. You know, that one right there could go either way. You know what I'm saying? Either way is a good ending.
For sure.
The only thing that like, you know what I'm saying, I could see going in that one is if like maybe Raquel Rodriguez turns on Liv. But I don't really see the seeds being planted for that going.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
I mean,
yet.
it's a little bit here and there. You know what I'm saying? Because around Rumble time, you saw it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the seed is there, but it hasn't really been watered during this WrestleMania season.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, like, if the turn came, you'd be like, well, what the fuck was that? And then you'd have to remember back at the Rumble, you know what I'm saying, Liv eliminated her and y'all didn't even really talk about it a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? You talked
didn't
about
even
it like
build up on that angle.
You didn't build on that angle, so
Yeah.
for it to happen, it would hit flat.
Right.
It has to be built upon. You know what I'm saying? It can't be built upon in a way where it's predictable. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be built upon in a way where it's like, okay, it finally happened.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you know it's coming.
Right.
But it's like you just don't know when.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like it has to be like on some shit where there's some close calls. Maybe Liv does need to win it, and then they start building that angle for SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean that could be another way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's one way. You know what I'm saying? Because like with Stephanie McCure, where does she go after Liv?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? After the biggest show on earth, where do you go after Liv Morgan?
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? AJ can do whatever the fuck she wants because she's AJ Lee.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tune in for it. She's like one of the greatest female wrestlers in the history of the business.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I want to stop saying women's wrestlers, men's wrestlers, or whatever. We're just talking about wrestlers and their ability to put on a great show and tell a compelling story or whatever.
For sure.
She's always demonstrated that ability. She's a superstar. Just like it transcends her just being on the women's roster. She's a star.
Yep.
Like Becky Lynch, like Alexa Bliss,
Yep.
like Bianca Belair,
Yep.
like Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're not just women, you're wrestlers. And you know, let's just start looking at it that way. You know, CM Punk to me is always going to be a top guy.
I think so.
You know what I mean? I was a fan of him before the pipe bomb, but when the pipe bomb came, I was like, I like this motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
When the pipe bomb promo came, I was like,
yo,
I need to see more of this guy.
that was the
What's going to happen next week? I was so locked in.
That was the thing when R-Truth actually dropped John Cena in a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think he came in and attacked John, and then went to the top of the ring and then cut that promo.
Yeah.
I mean, top of the stage and cut that promo. Man,
yeah.
listen, after that, CM Punk was must-see TV to me.
Hell yeah, he was.
He was must-see TV.
Oh
Like
my
I didn't mind.
God.
Like before that, I just liked him. I fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? He had a
Yup.
good look. He had a good move set. All his matches was dope. But and he was good on the microphone and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? If I needed to like him, he knew how to make me like him. If I needed to despise him, he knew how to make me despise him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always able to keep you locked in. But after that promo right there, I was like, yo, this is the guy.
Yeah, that is the guy.
This is the guy. And then, you know, Triple H cut that shit short.
Yeah. Oh god.
So, you know.
Man, all I gotta say is this has been a great, episode where we're just kicking it, having fun, catching up, and so forth.
Definitely just felt like I was just hanging out with my homeboy.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
Because that's what I was doing.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it could have been easily translated like we could have just been outside drinking a beer or something,
Right.
and just kicking it. We're just doing it in a different fashion. And the fact that you spent some time and you said that you wanted to do this, I mean, I appreciate the fact that we're doing it, man.
Man, I appreciate the chance to come on and do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say this: the next time, I'll bring you over to Kicked Up Fitness where we can do it there. Then afterwards, we can do the workout.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
Don't worry. I mean, I'll get you there and I'll get you back. Don't worry about it. You'll be good.
No more. You know what? We should do a follow-up after Mania.
Okay.
After Mania, we should do a WrestleMania episode of the Kim Hoang Podcast.
I'm down. No, I'm down. Yeah, we can do a follow up on that.
And we can right up at Kicked Up Fitness, and we could just discuss night 1 and night 2.
Hell yeah. Say less.
And get to it, man, and just do a good analysis of WrestleMania.
Yeah. No, I'm down. Hell, I mean, if I can get the correct wiring and I bring my Apple TV, if you got an ESPN code, we can watch it over at Kicked Up.
I actually do. Like a friend of mine lets me use hers.
Okay.
Lets me use hers or whatever. I'll just make sure I clear it with her later. We're about to do, and we could do a play-by-play while we're watching WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit'll be dope. We could be live watching WrestleMania to talk.
Oh man,
that shit'll be dope as fuck.
That would be a long episode. That'd be a multi-episode. Oh my god, I can just see it right now. Yeah, we're night 1 and we're recording for 5 hours. Night 2, we're recording for another 5 hours.
You gotta break that shit down.
Oh man, I know that I'm trying to do like because a lot of my peoples are actually leaving in May to go on a vacation, so I'm trying to get like a little get together over at my place for the Ronda Rousey fight.
Oh, she's getting back in the ring
on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
against Gina Carano. You didn't hear about that?
Man, fuck Ronda Rousey.
Damn.
It's like one of the. I'm gonna watch it because you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be a big deal. But I've never been like a fan of her fights. I've never even been a fan of her in WWE. She's just like one of the most uninteresting people to me.
I have to give credit where credit's due in the terms of like her fighting in the UFC.
And fighting in UFC, I'll say this right here.
Okay.
Her grappling skills is beyond measure. You know what I'm saying? She's a really good grappler. She's a terrible striker.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Grappling though, good luck to you fucking with her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good luck to you fucking with her. You know what I'm saying? If that woman gets a hold of grabbing you or whatever, if you don't get out of it within the first couple of seconds,
you don't have a prayer. Not
cancel Christmas.
Yeah.
Cancel Christmas.
Yeah. It's done.
Yeah. If she grabs you, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why she didn't have the nicknames like the Anaconda or the Boa Constrictor or something, because it's a wrap. Once she got you, she got you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, she's like really uninteresting to me.
Damn.
Like, I'm sorry, she doesn't hold my interest.
No, and you know, as
far as entertainers, I don't take away from her ability to as a fighter or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, she could probably out grapple me. I'm not a grappler.
Yeah,
she might choke the shit out of me.
She might choke the shit out of me.
You know what I mean?
You know, I don't know that stuff.
I'm not saying that she sucks as far as grappling goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm more entertaining than her.
Yeah. Yeah.
More entertaining than
her. Well,
her.
I mean,
she can't beat me in a roast battle.
She's not good on the mic.
No, she's terrible. I would destroy her on the microphone.
On the mic, I feel like that's where she has her weakness. We're talking about
out-talk me.
Now, if we're talking about like now we're going to be fighting in the MMA cage, you got a 50-50 shot because if you're keeping it like just striking.
She's in better shape than me. She'll beat my ass. I ain't going.
But we might say that you might be able to at least match your toe for the striking.
Oh, striking! I'll beat the shit out of her. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
But if she goes grappling and she got that judo game on you, it's game over.
If we just talking about judo, I would just run from her the whole time. Man, go ahead, Ronda, man. Let's Ronda, man. Go ahead, chill, man. Listen, I said stop.
Right.
I said stop.
Right.
look, Kim, I'm gonna be jumping. I said stop.
Man.
But other than that, man. But yeah, we should definitely do the WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out.
But I definitely appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, I knew that you wanted to do this, and obviously we were trying to make it happen as the best way we can, and I think for the most part, honestly, I mean, we fulfilled that pretty good.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I mean, I just feel like if me myself knowing myself, if I could have planned it a little bit better, I could have done this better and I could have done that better. It probably could have been like a better thing. But then again, it wouldn't be the authentic episode that we created. So
and this was good.
No, it is.
And thanks everybody for listening. Yeah,
no doubt. And dude, you got an open invitation to come back.
My man, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna take you up on that.
After that interview, I really had to sit down and think about it from all perspective angles. In the box, out of the box, logically, illogically, from point A to point B. And the one thing that I can say is that with this particular interview, Trey, and I hate to throw politic terms, but we're not talking about policies. We're not talking about who's voting for what for president. But Trey had exercised his First Amendment, which, to the U.S. Constitution protects the freedom of speech, press, religion, assembly, and petitioning the government from government interference, which was adopted in 1791 as part of the Bill of Rights. Trey held nothing back, and I didn't expect him to. I think that he wanted to go ahead and speak on his terms and do it his way, and he wanted to release all of that, frustration and anger and, a lot of, negative energy that had been consuming him for a while. I'm really proud of that brother for the fact that he basically bared all that he could. And, it just came out from his soul, and he just did what he did, and he spoke his word and his truth and his philosophy. And sometimes for certain people, that's not an easy thing to do. And the fact that he did it, I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him. And, he is still, my friend and my brother that I love very much. And I just want to say, Trey, it took courage for you to say what you had to say. I know that it's not easy, but you did what you needed to do. You faced the demon and you put it to rest. And in that case, I was glad to, provide that platform for you to kind of speak your word. And not only that, but just to catch up with you and just to see what's going on and what's happening in your world. Now, this is where I have to be a little bit neutral. Since he spoke his word, whether if you want to believe it or not is up to you. And whether if I want to believe it or not, I can't really say. Because, that's not that type of situation. My situation was I wanted someone to be heard. I wanted someone to share their story. And even though they shared their story in the style that they did and in the verbal context that they did, he did it. By hook or by crook, he did it, and that's that. And I will just end it by saying the following: that Trey, you know that I'm with you, brother. You know that I will always support you, and I'll always have your back no matter what. When the stuff hits the fan, and you're battling, I'll jump right beside you just to make sure that you're going to be okay. But if I can end it in, this manner, allow me to say, although you said exactly what you needed to say, I just hope and pray that it doesn't come back to bite you in the rear. And I just hope that whoever's listening to this episode just took it with, an open mind and just not be so judgmental. That's all I have to say. And like I said over in, to him, if he wants to run it back again for, another opportunity to be on here, I would welcome it. I really would. Hopefully, in a better state of, a more positive frame of mind. And not to say that he wasn't positive, but something more like, hey, he's a little bit more happier, a little bit more jovial, probably in a better space, in a better place. And that's that. Yeah, so this is the point where we're gonna end it. We're going to end it, and it has been fun and it's been great. As always, you can always catch me on a lot of social media. I'm on Facebook. Look me up under the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience under the search box. Find me, follow me, and it'll be good. I'm also on the following. I am on Instagram and I am on Twitter, which is now known as X. Follow me under my tag name at TKHPC Experience, all in one word, lowercase letters. Please follow a guy and I will follow you back. We are on a lot of podcasting platforms. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music, YouTube Music. We're also on Audible, and we're also on iHeartRadio. Now, please like, follow, and subscribe to my podcast on all of those aforementioned podcasting platforms. Now, if you have Spotify, please give me a 5-star ranking. If you have Apple Podcast, please give me a 5-star ranking and a positive written review. Because the more times that we have that for each of those podcasting platforms of excellent rankings and comments, then the podcast show will actually be thrown out to the front of the lines. Somebody might notice it. And they might say, hey, it's the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience show. Wow. Hey, I heard about that. My friend Christopher told me about this. He likes it, and he has suggested that I listen to it. So maybe I should like, follow, and subscribe to it. Yes, please do on all directions. Please do. Also, please share this podcast in any which way that you can, whether if you want to share it on your social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, now known as X, if you want to share it on Instagram. We also have Snapchat. We also have TikTok. Whatever that you can, we definitely appreciate it. If you want to share it in person with your friends, family members, your coworker, colleagues, whatever, that'll be good too, because that's brand awareness. Sharing is caring. We do believe in that. And last but not least, if you want to be a special guest on my show, if you want to be a special guest host, if you have any questions for our Q&A form that we normally do on our, solo episodes, or if you have any constructive criticism, please email me at the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience at gmail.com. Whatever the subject is, put it on the subject box, and then on the body of the email, write your email, send it out, post it, and then when I get the email, I will read it, and I will try to respond back as quick as I can. If I can, if I can respond back within that day, that'll be amazing. But give me about a full 24 hours to maybe 48 hours, and you'll get a response. So that being said, that's it. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much for, your love and support. Please be safe out there, because it doesn't do us any good if you do something negative and you end up being in a pine box and getting buried 6 feet under. We don't want that to happen to you. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be happy. We want you to be thriving and living life, because, you deserve it. And anybody else that tells you that you don't deserve it, well, you can tell them to go jump off a bridge or something. You know what I mean? It's important to, be kind to one another, to support each other, and to be there in our time of need, whether if it's, dealing with, mental health challenges or just, something that's bringing us down. You know what I mean? I want to take the time once again to thank Trey Parker for being my guest. Again, open invitation to come back anytime that you want. And I'm out of here. This is great. So that being said, for the one time, coming in all the way from the media room, I want to say thank you so much. This is your boy Kim Hoang, the Asian sensation. I am the host with the most, the man with the plan, the guy that can bring the power within the hour, and the dude with the right attitude, saying thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love y'all. You take care. You be safe. And, we'll check you out next time on the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. It's been lovely, guys, but I'm out. Peace.